If you're working as a dental associate, you're selling yourself short. As a dentist, you have an opportunity that most people could only dream about. Dental practices are one of the most profitable and safest investments that you can possibly make. However, not just anyone can run a dental practice. In order to run a dental practice, you have to be a dentist. Getting through dental school is hard and it takes years and years of your time. However, the reward for making it through dental school is that you get to own a dental practice. Every day you work as an associate, you're leaving money on the table and you're spending your time to build up someone else's dream. But when you decide to make the transition into ownership, you are taking charge of your career. Now there's a few misconceptions about ownership. Some people think, well, it's safer to work as an associate where you can stay and hone your skills. This argument makes absolutely no sense. Whether you're working for yourself or working for someone else, you're going to be doing the exact same dentistry. You're going to be doing the same crowns, you're going to be doing the same fillings, the same extractions. But instead of building up your business, you're going to be building up someone else's business. You've made it through dental school, you know what you're doing. Have some confidence in yourself. Myth number 2 is that practice ownership in some way ties you down and takes away your freedom. That somehow working as an associate is better for work-life balance. Clearly, anyone who thinks this has never been a practice owner before. When you're working as an employee, you have to work according to the schedule that was set by someone else. But when you're an owner, you work when you want to work. You get to literally design your schedule. If you have a kid that's sick that you need to pick up from school, or maybe it's just a nice day and you want to get outside. As a practice owner, you just tell your office manager to reschedule those patients. You're in charge. Try doing that at your associate job where the 25-year-old office manager is going to tell you, you're not allowed to leave because we have all these patients that are on the schedule. You get to adjust your schedule according to your needs. As an owner, working 2.5 days, you'll probably still be making more than that associate that's working 5 days. Most associates are making something like $175 to $250 a year. But when you own the practice and are receiving income from the entire business, it's not uncommon to be making $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 a year. And that's not taking into account the equity that you are building in your business. Every day that you're working as an owner, you're investing into an asset that you're later going to be able to sell at a profit. When you're working as an associate, you're building up an asset that someone else is going to be able to sell for their profit. Every time you pay down your practice loan, you're building equity in yourself. For every year that you delay ownership, you're leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table and potentially millions in equity. Practice ownership is one of the safest and most secure investments that you can make. Sure, you can buy stocks or bonds and get 5, 7% returns, but it's not uncommon to get 20, 30, 40, 50% annual returns on an investment in a dental practice. If you take into account the money that I invested in my first dental practice, I had well over 100% annualized returns. These are the kind of numbers that you can only find in a business like a dental practice. There's a reason that Aspen, Pacific, and Heartland are trying to get all the dentists to come work for them, because they've figured out that the dental business is extremely profitable. When you own your practice, you're building equity that you can later use to fund your retirement, to pay for your children to go to college, or anything you want to use that money for. It's not uncommon for dentists to sell their practice for well over $1 million. And if they own the building that they're working in, that can be an additional $1 million. The sooner you make the step into practice ownership, the sooner you take control over your career. Ownership is about more than just making money. It's about freedom, autonomy, and control. When you're the owner of the practice, you can set things up the way that you like them to be set up. You can hire a team of people that you like to work with. You can lay out the office in the way that you like. I went to visit one of my friends who's working for one of the corporate offices. Literally, his office was a chair that was right next to where the patients were checking out. The patients are checking out at the front and they can literally stare at him while they're walking out the door. Maybe that wouldn't bother you, but it would definitely bother me. When you're an owner, you don't have to deal with things like that. You get the kind of respect that you earned for making it through dental school. When you work as an associate, you're not the one paying the front desk. You're not the one paying the hygienist. You're not the one paying the assistants. When you're working as an associate, you're just another employee. But when you're the owner, you're the one in charge. Your team knows it, your patients know it, and you know it. If you wanted to be an employee, you could have become a nurse or a dental assistant. You went to dental school. You have earned the legal right to own a dental practice, a right that 99% of the population does not have. Don't believe the lie that practice ownership is not for you. If you're a dentist, why would practice ownership not be for you? As an owner, you have control of your time. You're earning substantially more. You're building equity for your future. You're receiving the respect that you've earned, and you have a career that you can craft to reflect your values and your goals. Now is the time to become a practice owner. Stop wasting your time working as an associate and take charge of your career.